All right, welcome to Odd Sock Comics. This is my new comic book day haul for December 12th, 2018. I'm just going to go through the books that I ended up picking up. I'll talk about a couple of books that I wanted to get and I wasn't able to find, and then I'll show a couple of other books that I picked up that were not released today, but some back issues that I bought. So I'm going to start with my favorite book of the week, and that is Batman Damned, right here, front and center. Now, I was lucky enough to get the first Batman Damned, issue 1, straight from my local comic book store for cover price, and I thought it was awesome. The art is amazing. The bigger format, this magazine-sized format, just puts more detail, more art on the page, and it's just a way of telling stories that the smaller comic books, the standard comic books, I don't know if you would be able to. You can say, yeah, you can shrink it and make it work, but it's just more. It feels bigger, it feels grander, and it's great. Number 2 followed in that same feeling. The art was excellent. The characters, as they showed up, they were this visual representation that I haven't seen of a lot of them. You could tell who the characters were. Obviously, this is Harley Quinn on the front cover, and she does make an appearance in this book. But it's a different look. It's grittier, and it's very, very interesting. So I loved this book. I'm continuing to look forward to this every time it comes out, and I'll pick up the whole series. This is just going to be an amazing collection. So enjoyed it even at $6.99. That is a steal. It's an amazing book. Don't need to talk too much more about that. Don't want to spoil anything. There may be spoilers in this. I'm not good at understanding what spoilers are and what aren't. Everything is just a standard story to me. I just lost a light, so we've still got enough. Just it's only coming from one side now. So Batman Damned, that is my favorite book of the week. All right, next up, second favorite book of the week was Batman Annual number 3. Now, this book, I'll give a couple of spoilers, but not the main spoiler, kind of the punchline of the whole book. This was, really focused on Alfred and who he is and why he does what he does. And it's very character driven, which is exactly what I like. That's what I like about Batman. So this was exactly my kind of book. And getting to the ending, it just hit me in just the right way emotionally. The last page, I was like, something that hits me. I'm not going to give spoilers, but definitely worth the read. Loved it. It's character driven. There's action and builds on characters that I've loved for a long time. So great book. Next up, we have next favorite book of the week, Batman Who Laughs, number 1. Now this one, I don't know. It was an okay start. Pretty gritty, pretty dark, but what else can you expect? It was the first appearance of, what did they call him? The Gotham Knight? The Grim Knight, right? Yeah, so it's the, Batman with guns. That's kind of a fun concept, and I'm okay with following down that one. This whole dark multiverse thing where they're bringing all the multiverses together, it's kind of a toy that lets them do all this wild stuff, and it's fun from a conceptual level. I would not get into this book if it's your first set of comic books. Go with something cleaner. The multiverse is just something that I don't know. It's something that it feels cheap to me. I don't like it too much. All right, and then my least favorite book of the week. Now this is a series that we're on issue 5, and I enjoyed issues 1 through 4. This is the Magic Order, and issues 1 through 4 were very good. It felt like it was going to be a just higher intensity, mature Harry Potter, and I was really digging it. This one had a twist in it, and I'm not going to talk about the twist, but it was, unfortunately, it's a twist, but it actually feels more predictable than you'd expect, just because everything is taking that route today. It's just the cynicism of the situation that we're in right now. So it actually was predictable in a very negative way, and I didn't particularly like it. So I'll probably give it one more issue. If it keeps going down that path, I'm done with it. But still like the characters for the most part, and happy to do that. Still, it was fine to read. Okay, the next two were cover buys only. I have no interest in reading them. I'm not going to. Don't know what's going on with the storylines. But so the first one is this. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 11, and this is the Fantastic Four Villains cover. This is a Dell'Otto cover of Doctor Doom, obviously, and I think it's excellent. Doctor Doom's a great character. Dell'Otto is an amazing artist. This is one of those buys where you spend $3.99 and you get a really cool piece of art, which I think is worth it. The rest of the book, I don't really care too much about. And finally, I have my Art Germ cover of the week. So like I said, I collect every Art Germ cover that comes out. I didn't know that, I wasn't sure if this one was coming out this week. I got confused. I wasn't sure if this was in the wedding special or if this was the Fantastic Four number 5 that comes out in a couple weeks. So I saw it on the shelf, wasn't planning on buying it, but I'm glad that I caught it then and I didn't have to go hunt for it later. I don't think it's going to sell out. I think it would be easy to find down the road. Most people know who Art Germ is at this point and buy a few extra copies, so it's not too hard to find. But it's not my favorite Art Germ cover, but still happy to have it. So those are my new pickups this week that released today. There were a couple of books that I wanted to get, and one that I'm actually going to go back to the store to get. So I was trying to pick up Punchline number 2. I wasn't able to find it in 2 different comic shops. And I'm in Texas, and Antarctic Press prints in Texas, so more comic shops around here carry it than you'd expect. But I still couldn't find it, and that was very disappointing. The other book that I'm probably going to make a visit to the comic shop tomorrow to pick up, that I just forgot about and I didn't see it on any shelves, is Electric Warriors number 2. So I read number 1 when it came out a couple weeks ago, and I enjoyed it. It's a good sci-fi with some loose connections to the DC world, which was fun. But it was kind of following a traditional sci-fi format, which is interesting. And I'm curious to see how that ends up going. So I have a few more books to show. Not anything too spectacular, but I said I was going to go pick up the whole run of the Immortal Hulk and catch up on that. So I went to 2 different comic shops and I picked up what they had in stock. So I got number 1. This is a variant. Don't remember what cover this is. I was not able to find number 2 in a shop, but I have that coming anyway. I did read it online, so I'm all caught up. But then I picked up number 3, number 4, the second printing. I already had number 5. This is a variant cover, and I bought this one just as a cover buy. I hadn't read any Immortal Hulk at this point, but that's a Raza cover that I thought was pretty cool, so I picked that up as a cover buy a few weeks ago. I found number 6, first printing, number 7, number 8, and now they're starting to get easier. These are the ones that you can walk into any shop and find. Number 9. Try to get most of the Alex Ross covers. I'll probably go back and get I'll get number 4, number 5, and number 1. I'll get the original Alex Ross covers just to complete that run. I read through this, and it is an awesome story. I've got number 10, obviously, as well, that I picked up last week, brand new. But I've caught up with that whole story, enjoyed every bit of it. It's a great story. It's a great take on the Incredible Hulk, playing him as a monster in this horror setting. And it's starting to get really weird, really interesting. And yeah, great story. Glad I caught up on that. I'll get number 2 here in a day or 2, and looking forward to that. So this is my comic haul for the week. This is bigger than usual. I normally try to get about 6 books or less on New Comic Book Day, I try to hold myself to that and really be a little bit pickier about what I'm buying. But I picked up The Incredible Hulk. This is a strange situation that I wanted to catch up on these books. But that's what I've got. Let me know if these are what you thought of these books. If there are any that you think that I got something wrong, or if I need to take a look back because I didn't understand something, that'd be fantastic. And look forward to next video, which I think I'm going to go through a little bit of my Art Germ collection and kind of talk through how I picked that up, or maybe I'm not sure exactly how, but that's a big piece of my collection. So I'm going to think about that and get that put together later this week. Thanks for watching.